Greeks made their mark on post-war business in the top end. Popular businesses were established, such as the Star Milk Bar in Fifth Street, the Rendezvous Cafe, the Fortiatas Delicatessen, and Helena's Fashion, which was the first high-fashion store in Darwin.
The coffee shop was sort of built tables, and he used to do all these American pancakes, and Estelle would come in at 11 o'clock and do all her belly dancing, and it was really a good atmosphere. I could still see Theo with the big fat pancakes and everybody there doing the belly dancing with Estelle.
Early beginnings working in the restaurant, it was basically very English, with the roast on weekends and the cold salad. So you had a three-course meal. Later on we started with these stews that I was requesting, so we had to change the menu. And spaghetti came into the picture. When I first started, I couldn't offer an olive. I couldn't offer a salami. People would just turn their nose. There was no way that they would try salami without having olive. The milk bar was excellent. We had a delightful milk bar. We had to make our own drinks, cordials, and that was the kind of life that people used to congregate around a milk bar more than a hotel.
Everybody used to come there after the movies or whatever. They knew that the coffee shop, the Bermuda coffee shop, was open till 4 o'clock in the morning. It was only the Star Theatre, so my father started showing films at the town hall, and then Pratt Theatre was built, and at that time there wasn't a roof, so there was only a half a roof, so we all tried to get a seat where if it rained we wouldn't get wet. And then the drive-in, we built the drive-in.
And the men from the wharf would also come, and they would be the first sitting. And then the government workers would come from 1 o'clock onwards. Then there was Jungle was operating at the time, and you'd get a lot of the bus loads would come in from Bachelor. The movies had 3 sittings during the week, and sometimes we had 2 viewings of the night. So it was always busy. At interval we'd work till late, and the milk bar, the cafe would close, but the milk bar would stay open.
We knew each other by names. Walk in the mall. It wasn't a mall. There was the Star Theatre, and we met each other. And the cafeteria. It was easy life, you know.
The 1950s saw many marriages between the children of the first Greek arrivals. Marriages were often between couples of the same regional descent, strengthening bonds and family ties, customs and culture.
I met my wife while I was working in the
In 1952, 2 Kalinian diving teams arrived in Australia, with their passage and expenses paid by the Australian government.
The Kalinians traditional divers, sponge divers, in time immemorial, and they were very, very good divers. But what happened in the 50s, disease decimated the sponges in the region, and a lot of people were left out of work. And at that time, George Johnston and Charmaine Clifton, they were in Kalymnos, and they're describing the atmosphere of the island when the news came that the Australian government was going to get 10 or 12 Kalymnians to bring to Australia. They had a big party, all got drunk, because they could see now bright future coming up. The people could do what they wanted to do, what they liked to do, what it was their profession, but they would come to Australia. And people thought, well, if they come to Australia, then they can actually bring some more of their family.
One team was dispatched to Broome, the other to Darwin, to work on luggers operated by the Haritos family. Alas, the project was a failure. Despite their skill and another team arriving in 1954, the Kalinian divers were unaccustomed to the treacherous seas of tropical Australia. With the unnerving death of one of the men, the experiment was over. Some sought labouring and construction work, others took on survey work between Darwin and Thursday Island. In 1953, after much fundraising, the Greek Orthodox community laid the foundations for a permanent Greek church in Darwin. Over the next few years, much effort was put into more fundraising for the construction. Picnic days at Rapid Creek were popular social occasions. A visiting archbishop officially blessed the Greek Orthodox Church of St. Nicholas, named after the patron saint of the sea. The church at the corner of Kavanagh and Davy Street still stands today. Finally, the Greeks had their own church in which to worship.
Well, we were married in the Greek church, although it wasn't finished. There was the framework was there, and the Church of England priest would come over, and he spoke a little bit of Greek.
1956 saw the arrival of the first permanent Greek Orthodox priest.
The priest was Father Kumpis. He didn't stay long.
The weather wasn't like.
In the middle of the decade, the Cypriot Pantazis family established the Perak Fruit and Vegetables, which would later become Perak Fine Foods, a landmark delicatessen in Darwin, which now imports fine foods and exports local delicacies around the world.
I had to go myself and get my own fruit and veg, pack it myself and sell it myself.
The late 50s saw many more families arriving from war-ravaged Kalymnos, assisted by established Greeks, particularly their fellow Kalymnians.
As a young man, the early Greeks were mostly the Castoresian Greeks mixed with some Kalymnian Greeks. And it wasn't until the early 1960s where the Cypriot Greeks started to really move into Darwin as a force. And I suppose the population always ran. I think if the European population was 4,500 to 5,000 people, there was always between 10 and 15% of the population were always Greek. And they played a very, very predominant role in the development of Darwin and the Northern Territory through their business enterprise, their prosperity, their hard work, and also their skills. It was the Kalymnians that brought the building and the trade skills. It was the Castoresians that brought the enterprise skills. And it was the Cypriots that brought the other technical skills to the territory, which obviously were very important as Darwin was going to grow. You needed a skilled workforce, and I think the Greek community provided that workforce as well as the political and business mass to get things done. So from the early mid-50s to the early 70s, the population grew by 40,000 people.
My father arrived in Darwin in 1957 for a contract of 6 months. He was a carpenter in background and had a 6-month contract here. 12 months after, my mother followed up with the children, and we've lived here ever since.
Bringing with them their love of soccer, Greek teams were established by the middle of the decade. The Hellenics Club, starting with 30 children and young men.
I remember stories about the Greeks setting up a soccer club, and the best goalie was an Aboriginal guy who was living in Baghdad, and they used to pick him up on Saturday afternoon and play soccer. And of course, if they win, they had a party, but you were not allowed to give alcohol to the Aborigines, so it was illegal. So what they were doing, they were going, having a barbecue, cooking the food, taking inside the house, closing the windows, and